Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is the last day of April. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about today's one. Powerful integers. I usually solve these live, so it's a little bit slow. Skip forward or watch on 2x or whatever. I also just got my second shot for the COVID, so I'm excited, but almost a little groggy, so maybe it's a little bit slow and a little bit, my shoulder's very achy and I'm just a little bit tired in general. But yeah, today's problem is powerful integers. Okay, so given x, y, and bound, what is a powerful integer? This is such a useless name, but okay, x is equal to y. Okay. You may return the answer in any order. Each value should be only once. Okay. I think there is an obvious solution, but I'm just trying to think whether there might be too many answers. But I guess for 10 to the 6 is okay, because in the worst case, I think 2 and 3 are probably the worst case, and is probably on the order of 2 to the 10 to the 6 is a million, so probably 2 to the 20, maybe times 2, say you want to say. So that means that the 40 20, so 20 square, because I'm just hand waving like 2 to the 20 times 3 to the 20, so that's like 20 square, so that's 400 numbers. These are just off my head, hand wavy math. They're not proofs or whatever, but I'm just trying to figure out whether a naive solution is good enough. And in this case it is, right? So that's pretty much it. I think the only case you have to worry about is the 1. So if you do something, or you try to do some clever thing with the number 1, then you have to special case it. Or if you don't, you try to do something like while, you do 2 for loops or 2 while loops, then that could be the case. But yeah. Okay. I think I'm good here. I think let's just actually special case the ones, and then, and then I think we're good for the most part. Okay, so I like to swap them. If y is less than x, let's just swap. Does that matter? I don't know. No, I guess that doesn't matter. But I just want to test the one thing. Okay. If x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1, then the answer is just the answer 2 if 2 is smaller than 2. So answer is equal to let's just actually also just put this outside. 2 if bound is greater than or equal to 2, and then return answer, right? I think that's the only case. I think that's why I want to do the swap, so we can check only one thing. But okay, let's do that then. It's a little bit slow. Whoops, to the right. And then now, if we only have one x, then you just do a regular while loop, which is, let's just say y1, I don't know, is equal to 1, while y1 is less than or equal, plus 1 is equal to then, I can't even speak English, but yeah. And start append y1 plus 1, y1 times y, and then return ends at the end. Do we have to sort it or anything? Yeah, and this won't give you any duplicate numbers, so that's fine. And then now this is just a regular case, so you have x1 is equal to 1, y1 is equal to 1, so this is just a loop. We can return them in any order, but only once, so let's just use a set instead, and then we'll convert it to a list later. Let's just do this instead of worrying about it. And then, yeah, and this is just and in non-Python this is so much easier, because, or maybe, I don't know, I'm just still used to C sometimes where you just use for loops for these, and it's way clearer, because I don't know, it's just a little bit I like having conditionals as a thing versus this iterator for each pattern. But anyway, that's a little bit of a rant. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Oops. One, and then we just return this in a list because we don't even have to order them. I think this should be mostly okay. Let's see. 3, 5, 15. Wow, I'm missing a lot of numbers, so that's not okay. Oh, I know why. Because I am being a little silly. This one has to be here. And that's why that's what I mean by while loops and for loops. I think I'm just like sometimes a little bit off because this also happened on a recent problem where I put the loop in the wrong, or I put the initialization in the wrong place, and then that messed me up. But yeah, this looks good. Let's try something, big. And I think that's probably the case, and then maybe just something where like it's too small, just to kind of be sure. That looks good. I don't know why I think this is just in different order. It's a little bit awkward to check, so I'm not going to too much. It feels okay. And then let's try the ones. And also double one, I guess. So that, because if you just do this naively, and x1 is equal to 1 or y1 is equal to, if x or y is equal to 1, this may give you an infinite loop, and so that's why that's an edge case. Okay, let's give it a submit. It feels okay. The order is a little bit awkward, as I said, but let's give it a submit. Okay, cool. As I did it at the end, at the beginning of the problem, which I think in general you should do in the beginning of the problem, analyzing the worst case, because you don't want to spend time implementing something that you could have just spent a minute and be like, oh, this is going to TLE, or time limit exceeded, right? Yeah. In terms of this, as we said, this is let's say in the worst case. I guess technically the worst case is they're both 2s, not a 2 and a 3. But in that case, 2 to the 19 plus 2 to the 19 is going to be less than, or something like that, 10 to the 6. And that means that this loop will happen 19 times or 20 times. This loop will happen 20 times. So it's going to be at most 400 numbers. So, that's going to be fast enough. If you want to express in terms of big O, it's going to be big O log. It's a little bit awkward. But I mean, it's going to be log base x of this bound plus log base y of this bound, roughly speaking. So yeah, and in terms of space, it's going to be at most 400 numbers again in terms of just actual, complex, not actual usage. But of course, that's going to be log base x of the bound times log base y of, did I say plus before? I meant multiply, sorry. Let me just write it down then. So yeah, this is log base x of, I call it u times log base y of u. There's probably a recurrence somewhere, but I'm just going to, leave it like this with time and space. That's pretty much all I have. This is a very mathy problem. I don't know if this is a good way to end the month, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to probably do this again in May, so join me in May. Hope you had a good month. Hope you, get that streak or whatever. Did I get a streak? Yep, I did, completed it. So yeah, hope you completed it with me this month. And let's do it again in May if you want to. Stay good, stay healthy. I will see you later, and to good mental health. Bye-bye.